Broncos and the Carolina Panthers, and it's all up next.
The Panthers offense got erupted for 31 points against the woeful Chargers in round one. They want to get back into the Elite Eight like they did last season. Want to be back in the Super Bowl again after suffering an upset loss to the Patriots last season. That was last season. We get to see the results next.
Pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
Out is Eddie Pinheiro to get this one started. And off we go from Charlotte. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything has a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young
Hello, Dr. Sko, 1939. I hope you're having a great Sunday early on.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
Bo Nix on the first play. First down. That's how you want to start. This team was in the Super Bowl last season. Didn't make that 2 seasons ago.
To rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young.
They want to be back there. Carolina wants to be good. Carolina has Patrick Mahomes, I believe, their quarterback. That's not Sean Payton either.
First and 10.
Windy here.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook.
James Cook.
He'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
From Buffalo. Cook said he loved it in Buffalo, but he was drafted by the Broncos and he wants to play here.
From the shotgun, here's Nix.
Bo Nix rolls to his right, and he will go down. It will be considered a sack. It's going to be 3rd and 16.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top. You understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
And let's see what's going to do on this play here. Are they going to pass? Sometimes they might want to run the ball, gain some yards. I don't know why they would run the ball, pass the ball. At least get a chance at a field goal. He get more than that. First down at the 21. Bo Nix.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Nix throwing short. Gains about 7.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
On second down, it's Nix.
Nix back to pass.
Left side, caught by
It's a toss, was it?
And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal coming up.
I was distracted, so I didn't see.
I love the way the ball's been moving around down to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance.
Broncos got to be first and goal at the 4.
How to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Nix throws, and it's a touchdown for the Denver Broncos on their first possession. Wow.
Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
You are seeing good defense. You are seeing good teams in this elite Sweet 16 playoffs compared to the round 16 where all teams played. The round 32, I should say. Some teams just, they're bad. Kick up, and it is good.
The Broncos will take a 7-0 lead.
Let's see what Pat Mahomes and the Broncos can do. His counterpart, Bryce Young, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback now, Bryce Young. He lost to Minnesota Vikings in this round here, Sweet 16. Minnesota will go on, and they will take on the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Velus Jones now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
For so many years, Mike, the conversation was
Patty Mahomes, the quarterback here.
In the NFL, and I think now, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls, 3 and 4 years, it's not so
he is on the block. This could be his last game for Carolina. He served his 2 years here. He could be going elsewhere, maybe to the Chargers. Or no, it won't be Jacksonville. Jacksonville already have Aaron Rodgers on the first play of the game. A big yard and run by Chuba Hubbard. Gains to the 39-yard line. Well, what a run that was to start the game off. They know they got to be in a battle with Denver.
Game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
On first down, it's right back to Hubbard.
Hubbard again, big yardage against this defense in Denver. Denver's got to slow that down.
Can't stop it. Keep running it until they can. I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. I imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
And the second, I'll tell you how these teams got here this season. A run, pay, action effect, play.
Secured by the veteran
Adam Thielen. Carolina.
Inside the 35.
Herbs destroyed the lowly Chargers, 31-23. Denver get back to their winning ways by scoring a lot of points. 35-28 over the Patriots.
Now the question is, can they take advantage of this fast start and come away with some points?
The draft is getting ready to be prepared for next season, season 4. Chuba Hubbard, and still he's getting plays, but there is a flag on the play.
But there is a penalty marker on the field.
And that's not what you want to have. Ikem Ekwakunu. Play action. Mahomes throwing and gains short yards. Denver's defense is defense on that play did well. The previous plays, they were not that good. Only thing to stop Denver, make that Carolina was their own penalties and mistakes.
They were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one.
You can't teach speed. And a guy like this is just a nightmare for these linebackers. He's got a running start at them. You have no idea which way he's going to go. And he ends up just running right by you.
21 is the line to gain. As we
3rd and 8.
Down. The motion man is Sanders. On third down.
Back to pass, and he would try to run it. No, he's going to get a first down. Big play by the receiver, and they have the ball at about the 13-yard line.
This one good for 16 yards.
What a play that was. You got to love the quarterback movement in the backfield there, and then finding the receiver.
You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
First quarter ended. We'd be right back. When the Garlu
and we'll return to Charlotte
Network
in a moment.
Radio TV. Oh, Lord.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Mahomes, back to pass. Rolls to his right. Throws to the end zone. It's intercepted.
It's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain.
And that's not what you wanted to do.
There's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue. Because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
That's not good for Carolina.
The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Now I stop talking, they stop talking. All right, Bo Nix, back to pass again. Throwing short. No, this is a medium pass. They gets it. First down.
The first-round pick looking right at home in this offense. It's a first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot. A deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And that's going to get closed up
now,
quickly.
James Cook, so familiar with the Buffalo Bills fans.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Another play. Well, at least they're giving him the ball and giving him the chance.
After a gain of 4. Here now, 3rd and 5. Back to throw is Nix. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. It'll be taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 28-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Broncos.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Nix. This one to the tight end, Trotman.
And the Broncos are moving again.
Brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Broncos looking like they were 2 seasons ago.
In the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
They are quite a good team. Play action. Nix rolling in the backfield. He's going to have a first down, I believe. No, didn't get it.
The fullback is kind of the last of a dying breed, but we see them used occasionally in the run game. But, man, when you have a guy that you can target in the passing game, it just adds one more layer for a defense to have to worry about.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Throwing is
Nixon.
Nix.
Touchdown. 14-0 coming up. Broncos get it in the end zone. Marvin Mims Jr. Right now, the Panthers are not looking good. That interception cost them dearly. Well, you can't blame nobody but yourself. And now you can start blaming that defense because it looks soft. And they can't build through the draft. They would have to trade assets in order to do that. They do not get a pick next season.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point.
Kick up, and it is good.
And the Broncos move out on top, 14-0. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Raheem Blackshear on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense about ready to get going.
Panthers did not look bad on offense. They just threw that interception.
Touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10.
Coker. He's a shit. Like that. Running play. No play action. Mahomes. First down.
Downfield, he's got Sanders, the tight end.
Oh, wow. 3 mistakes by the Panthers in this game. 3 mistakes.
A 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag.
It's 1st and 15.
They'll motion over Thielen. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll dump this down to Hubbard.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Be careful of the run.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes.
3rd down.
It's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Mahomes.
Another interception.
Intercepted by Pat Surtain. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. There's a screen from McLaughlin. And that screen slow to develop.
14-0 Denver.
Ball and stop them. That will be no gain on the screen.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all three levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it'll be third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
He'll try to run for it. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, the Broncos send out Riley Dixon to punt. Raheem Blackshear is set to return for the Panthers. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's to the right, caught by Sanders. The Panthers will take their first timeout. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Look him up on a second down and 8. Here's Mahomes.
Going deep.
Throw left side, taken in by Thielen. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Here's first and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. That's caught. It's the tight end Sanders.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That into the hands of Hubbard. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Mahomes now to throw again. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Blackshear. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Panthers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll put a receiver in motion right. A first down throw for Mahomes. Quick throw taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They're going to run right over center with Hubbard. And he'll be near the first down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down. They motion a receiver right. Third and short. Here's Patrick. And that is incomplete.
For the most part,
We are in the third quarter. The score is 14-0 Denver.
over 60% of his passes.
Carolina
Because they
just
haven't
making
been
too
able
many
to get
mistakes.
Any big explosive plays. Continue to push the ball downfield.
2
Hasn't
interceptions
really
by Pat
translated on the
Mahomes.
scoreboard just yet.
On fourth down, the longtime special teams ace, Johnny Hecker, on to punt. And back deep is Marvin Mims. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Broncos offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10.
The lead is a field goal and a touchdown. That looked like the Packers from a distance. Threw it in traffic.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
A first down throw for Nick. Outside, hauled in by Sutton.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second down and 3. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down,
Son is trying to show here. And Wendy, Jacksonville.
It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And That's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
On the bootleg, it's Nix. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet in bounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time.
Now Dave Canales has reached for the red challenge flag, and they'll get a second look. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and it'll lead to a second down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up third down.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback, and don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. This defense knows they gave him one, and they let him off the hook.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. The motion man is Sanders. Mahomes now back near his own goal line. Quickly to the outside and complete. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
First down throw, Mahomes. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They face second down and 7. The motion man is Sanders. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, And he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on.
3rd and 17.
And the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
It's to the right side.
Nowhere close.
By Thielen. Second down and 8. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Motion man sent right. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. Quick throw here is complete. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Slot man in motion right. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL.
But the Panthers keep making mistakes that cost them points. Early in the first possession, interception. Mahomes has had 2 of them.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Press them, man-to-man press defense.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick.
And
the coverage right there.
oh, I thought he had been back to that.
It's incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier.
3 in the 4th quarter.
And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at some point, if I'm this quarterback, I think I'm going to start testing somebody else in this secondary. I mean, he's already made his impact felt multiple times today, and it doesn't matter who they line up across from him. Right now, he is completely taking them out of the game.
Pat Mahomes needs to make some miracle plays happen. Got plenty of time. First down at the 30.
It's Xavier Legette. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you?
Let's keep him off guard.
The defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They need a quick touchdown. Field goal won't help, really.
The way you want to run it on 1st down, a gain of 7. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment.
We'll be back on the Garlou Senior Radio TV Network.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
It's a play action. Mahomes dancing in the backfield, and he ends up running. And what did he get?
Nice job here by the quarterback.
Not much.
On these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. They send a receiver in motion left. Mahomes now on 3rd and 2.
First down. And a touchdown. The game is not over.
He will score. Game on. Xavier Legette, touchdown.
I had going in going to catch that ball.
Greg,
No.
they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very
Should call him
least,
Big
they've
Country
given
right there.
themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Denver had a shutout throughout this game until now.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point.
Up, and it is a flag on the play.
There are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
All the empty time, they didn't say nothing. I gave them the floor to speak, and they were silent. Pat Mahomes down 14-7.
So
They're about to kick
a
off.
little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away.
14-7
This one is
game.
fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
.444 left in the game. Denver up 14-7. Denver, Bo Nix, will have the ball. They need to get some first downs. They need to run the clock out with running plays. Don't pass the ball unless you have to. And then again, it's 4:44 left. And that was almost intercepted.
But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Huh. This is really weird. Penalties.
Still first down.
First and 15.
From the shotgun, here's Nix.
He's got a pass. First down.
Hands of Mims. And
Mims.
he's going to get this one out to the
We got some good
43-yard
teams
line.
playing in the second round here.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just...
Second down and 8. Denver under center. Bo Nix. Play action.
It's Nix.
He's going deep. It's a pass.
With Mims.
And he almost had it.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose. And
Good
forcing
play
it
on
back.
defensive side of the ball.
He's just unable to secure
Third and
the
8.
catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can
This
do
is huge for Denver.
get back in the huddle, and
If they get it, they can win the game. Bo Nix under pressure. Has to throw it out on bounds.
Just throw that one away.
Wow.
It's incomplete.
You would think you should have took a sack instead of would have kept the clock going.
But you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Okay, and you got Pat Mahomes back there. That could have been a play of the game if Carolina come back and tie this.
Headed back to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown.
He looks like he's done this before.
Start with a first down.
But beware of that interception, Bug. He has thrown 2 today. 3:32 left.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes.
Mahomes, his receiver get blasted.
Through the contact.
Larry Coker,
What a good job
former
to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And
head coach in the college ranks.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly
They go
efficient rate.
to the right side, does Carolina. What they got planned? One goes back to the left side in motion. Another incomplete. Denver is hitting.
Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Denver can do this. They have been to the Super Bowl. They know how to do it. Tampa Bay has done it.
Valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes. And
here's the play. Mahomes throwing. And it's a first down at the 30. He could go down the way to the 25. There's going to be enough time for Denver, in case they give up a touchdown, to easily go down the field. The game is heating up now. Game got excited the last few minutes. Early on, it was just kind of boring. You can run the ball too if you're Carolina. 14-7 score. 2:46 and counting. Mahomes surveying the field. Goes to the middle. First down. I mean, to be down 14-0 late in the game, in the fourth quarter, now to get a chance, an opportunity to tie it up, that's amazing.
A bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Mahomes back to pass. He's going to throw. Touchdown for Carolina at the end zone, back in the end zone. Oh, Leggett is playing well today.
For him now in the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best.
That is definitely a touchdown, and the score should be tied 14-14 in the second after the extra point. But now it's come down to the Panther defense. They stopped them the drive before. Can they stop them here?
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow.
And it's up, and it is good, and we have a tie game.
Here in the fourth quarter.
The fans are excited. Bo Nix trying to be a veteran here. Doing some slow tosses on the sideline. Pause.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Here's second down. Back to throw is Nix. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, and after that second down sack, really puts them in a must pass. You don't want to be in third and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
He connects with Mims. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game as they approach midfield now. They've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Nix. A ball deep for the end zone. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This to win the game. Got the distance, and it's good. He knocks it through from long range. And that very likely will be a game winner.
Wow, what a big kick there. I mean, just looking down, anytime the kicker is lined up on the other side of the 50, you think, there's no way this ball's going to get there, Mike. But listen, he's got a big leg. This one he strikes absolutely perfect. That was good off the foot.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30.
3 seconds left in the game. Denver leads 17-14. Denver will go on to win this game.
Here's 1st and 10. One last shot now for Mahomes. And that's going to be...
And the Broncos
The defense holds here in the final minute.
have pulled it off. 17-14.
So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away.
What a comeback
Point victory.
for Carolina. But then they just couldn't hold on with the defense. And the Denver Broncos move on.
You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
Well, Denver is back in the Elite Eight. They've been there before. They beat the Carolina Panthers 17-14. Wasn't pretty, but they got the job done. That's all that matters. We'll be back tomorrow. The game being played will be the New York Football Giants against the Detroit Lions in in Detroit, wherever they play their games at. But that's where it's going to be. Happy Sunday, and love each other. So long, everybody.